All right, I'm going to go ahead and start this presentation. Today's presentation is regarding the TMS Sign Request product. Okay, and a couple of the just kind of housekeeping items. We know that you can raise your hands. We know that you can ask questions. I wanted to make you aware of just how this presentation is going to go today. I'm going to spend about 20 minutes going over just more of a PowerPoint presentation. It's an overview, and that overview is going to basically give you an idea of what TMS Sign Request is all about. Okay. At the end of that, those of you who have had enough information or who already have the product and don't need to see any more at that point, you're welcome to leave and hop off that presentation. And then I'm going to go into a second part of the presentation, which is actually a live demonstration. And I would love to get a lot of feedback during that time of what exactly you guys are interested in seeing and how it works. And we're going to make that an open Q&A session, okay? So just to start, TMS Sign Request was actually created because of feedback from our customers. So feedback from customers in the Anheuser-Busch channel and other places where we know that you have sales reps that are out in the field communicating with you and giving you sign requests or production requests. And so we've based our product. It's an internally created product. We have our own staff of software engineers that create this for us. It's not hired out. And everything that we'll be discussing today is based off of feedback from our current customers. And we're constantly adding. So I'm going to give you that product overview and pricing. Just to start off real quick, here's a quote from one of our current customers. It says the Frontline SignRequest ordering portion of the MPS and Sign Request was designed with the wholesaler in mind. Kind of what we were talking about. Everything was designed for you guys. The number one thing that I kind of want to talk about here is the efficiency that Sign Request can add to your sign room. So Sign Request not only adds to the efficiency of your production through your actual workflow, but it adds to the efficiency of the production of the sales reps. We give them an iOS app in their hands, either on their phones or on their iPads, where they can actually submit the requests directly from that app. They don't have to browse to a web browser interface. They can do it directly from the app. They don't have to have a Wi-Fi signal or a cell signal at the time to be able to submit a request. They can create a request, and then the next time that they are within a Wi-Fi or cell signal, they can sync and have those requests come over to you. Okay. So those of you who are out in remote areas or who have sales reps that service remote areas, this helps them in that way. We also have a web interface. They can log on from any device, whether it's an iOS device, or if they've got an Android device, or if they want to log in from their home computer or the office computer. They have all of those capabilities right here within this software. Okay, it's easy to use. It saves lots of time, and it voids and limits the interruptions in the production with sales reps constantly coming back and asking where their projects are at, or giving you their project requests or their sign requests on napkins and all of the other things that we see over and over and over again throughout the industry. Okay, it automatically captures all of the jobs that you print for you, so you don't have to upload any of that information. It automatically is captured for you, and it just makes everything more simplistic. Omar Espinosa says it's so simplified that the salesman can use their handhelds and place a new request in a matter of a couple of minutes. Okay. The next real major benefit of Sign Request is that it's customized for you. So when you purchase the Sign Request product, we actually create custom forms that meet your requirements for your business. That includes auto job costing analysis based on your costs. So if the sales rep is filling out that they need 2 3x10 banners, or 10x3 banners, and a 24x36 poster and some case cards, all of that is automatically calculated in for the cost so that they can get upfront cost analysis from a sales management standpoint or from a marketing standpoint. But also on the back end, we get true cost allocation because we actually capture the real printed job and what ink was used with that. So it's fully integrated with the MPS, which is what I was just alluding to. MPS is our base product. Those of you who have just MPS and not SignRequest is a front end purchase. It adds on to your MPS. It allows you to be able to take all those jobs that you're currently opening up in MPS and categorizing individually to just actually pair it with a SignRequest job so that it automatically gets categorized with all the applicable things that the sales rep put into that form that you created for them. So did you want them to tell you what account it was for, or what brand it was for, or what theme it was for? All of that automatically gets compiled onto the job that was captured and filed away so that you can then run reports, these powerful customized reports based off of cost allocation. How much did we spend last quarter for Joe's Bar and Grill for March Madness? How much did we spend on that rodeo event that we sponsor each year? How much did we spend in on-premise marketing for this brand or for this chain? So you have all of those powerful reporting capabilities because everything is automatically captured and because you're able to marry the things that are captured with the sign request that came in from the sales rep. Okay. The next thing about the sign request that we really want to talk about is that it's simplified communication. So we kind of hinted to this a little bit earlier. They can submit their sign requests from anywhere, the sales reps. They don't have to be in your office. They don't have to be sitting down at a computer typing up an email. They don't have to be sending over some hodgepodge Excel spreadsheet form request. This is something that they can do from their apps anywhere they're at. Okay, that allows them to maintain the social distancing. That allows you guys to be safe in your environments, allows them to be safe without coming in. And the greatest thing about that is they don't ever have to come in unless they're picking up their stuff, because they can easily see the status of all of their requests at any time. So if they want to know if their request has been completed, if it's being processed, if it's been printed, but you're waiting for it to be laminated and mounted, whatever it is, they see those status notifications and they can configure and receive email notifications to along the way, so that the sign request, as it moves through the process, they can receive notifications of where it's at in the process. Oh, it's completed. I can come pick it up, and then they can come to their safe spot where they're at least 6 feet away from you, grab their stuff and leave. Okay, so this helps with that simplified communication. It becomes a bidirectional communication device. Okay. One of the greatest things that we love about SignRequest is it adds that accountability level for everybody. So your sales reps can't come in and say, hey, where's that sign request that I submitted 3 weeks ago? I haven't ever seen it. You could easily pull it up and say, look, you created it 3 weeks ago, but you didn't submit it until 2 days ago, and it's being printed right now. Or, you know what, you're right, you submitted it 3 weeks ago, but we have these other issues, and you can see right now, I'm actually working on it right now. So it provides that accountability tracking level for every sign request that's submitted, and everybody can see what's going on. You can check on a drop-down matrix where all the sign requests are at. How many have been completed? How many are in processing? How many are actually waiting to be opened and started in the process? How many are suspended? How many are... So you can actually see all of these things. Okay, it keeps all of the sign requests for 3+ years. I say 3+ because we guarantee 3 years, but we've never taken anything off. So for all of our sign request customers who are out there right now, they've got, if they've been with us for more than 3 years, all those sign requests are still there. So the cool thing about that is that if I'm a sales rep, I can easily go back in and I can find a pre-existing sign request for a specific chain account, or for a specific, maybe it's a specific on-premise location where I'm going to go in and say, I want to duplicate this request from 6 months ago, but I need to change some price points and the theme. And they just open it up, they duplicate their request, they change those couple quick price points in the theme and hit submit, and they've got a whole new sign request without having to fill out the form again. So it saves them from reinventing the wheel. Okay. Also, it helps them to easily track the production efficiency in the sign room. So you, as sign room managers, sign room operators, if there's somebody above you who you're reporting to, it's easy to be able to say, look, this is how many sign requests we're actually getting. This is how many we're processing on a daily basis. It's taking us this long to. You can get down into the nitty gritty of actual production efficiency, which is really kind of a cool feature. And then it easily tracks the costs per sales rep or per sales team. How many of you have been asked, how much have my sales team spent this month? Or how much has my sales rep spent this month? You can easily, in just a matter of moments, find out that information just by clicking on one link, and you get the sales management and their team's report for the period of time that you specified, or specific individuals for the specific time period that you specified, and how much they've spent of your guys' marketing and budgeting costs or allocations. So this full accountability is really kind of a cool thing. It's easy to use. Every individual person who logs in to Sign Request has their own login. So all of the sales reps out in the field will have their own login. They will only see their own individual requests. I, Carl Johnson, as a sales rep for Ivanhoe Distributing, will only see my sign requests. However, my manager can see his own sign requests and his team's sign requests. So it works in a hierarchy as well. You can easily filter and find specific sign requests, as I kind of talked about a moment ago, where you could actually find something, duplicate it, and then change one or two aspects. The great thing about that also, that feature, is that let's say I'm submitting a similar sign request for multiple locations. Open one up, create a sign request, submit it. Open it back up, duplicate it, change the aspects that I needed to change. Maybe it's the account, maybe it's the brand, whatever it might be, submit that. Okay, so I can submit really quickly and in an efficient way my sign requests. It's an easy process. You can also add multiple requests to a single form. So I kind of talked about this earlier, where on a single form you might have something come in that says this sales rep wants 2 3x2 posters, 1 10x3 banner, and 2 case cards for this one location. Here's all the notes for each one of them individually. Here's what he wants for each one individually. And that all comes across on one form. Very simple to use. Okay. Here's a quick quote from one of our sign request users. It says, it offers the perfect flexibility we look for and helps us to create an efficient workflow. Not only does it eliminate having to decipher handwritten requests or having an overwhelming number of emailed sign requests, but we can track our exact costs of printing and finishing by supplier, brand, and even account. And I would add on to that, folks, that this is something that you could actually set up to do whatever cost allocation you want. They just happen to want to track by supplier, brand, and account. You might also want to track by route, or maybe you don't care so much about supplier. Maybe you care more about the brand type, or about special events, or whatever it might be. You can add in whatever you want and track by it all. Okay. Let's just jump right into the nitty gritty. The guaranteed costs. This is the guaranteed lowest cost. It's guaranteed to be the lowest cost software solution on the market for you and your sales reps out there. It's just guaranteed. We will meet or beat all published and quoted competitive pricing. There is, by the way, we have gone through and we've made sure that we're usually about 50% of what they're quoting out. That's about where we're at. Sometimes it's about 60%, but usually about 50% of what they quote for any of the competitive softwares out there. You have a customized database that's included with the payment. You have 2 days of on-site training at your location by a TMS representative. You have all future sign request updates. And you get technical support for both yourself in the sign room as well as your sales staff. Everybody can call in, email in, whatever. They receive that technical support. The bonus is that it also includes MPS and Insta tags for everybody who has sign request. Okay, so you'll get the MPS, that's the base package, and the Insta tags, which is a separate software. And just to kind of tease that, that's going to be a whole different webinar down the road here in about 20, 30 days. Be ready for that. But Insta tags allows your sales reps in the field to be able to submit their own individual shelf tag requests and create them. And so that when they come to you, they're already pre-created PDFs that you just open up, approve, and print. Now, there is some upfront requirement of actually creating the database for them to pull from for that, and that falls heavily on you guys to be able to create that. But then once they have that, once that's created, the sales reps are easily able to just submit the shelf tags that they want. Okay, so that's also included with the subscription of SignRequest. The pricing, let's just talk pricing. It's tier level subscription pricing. We don't charge per sales rep like a lot of competitive products out there. It's a tier level. So if you have 1 to 25 sales reps, the initial setup fee is $1,500 and the yearly subscription is $2,000. If you have 51 to 100 sales reps, then, and that's sales reps and sales management, then the initial setup fee is $2,250 and the yearly subscription is $4,000. That initial setup fee is a one-time fee, but it includes the database creation, the storage setup, and the on-site training. That on-site training includes training your sales reps. So we will work with you on what 2 days to best come out in a 2-day period to work with you in the sign room, get everything finalized, make sure it's up and running, make sure you guys understand it well, and then the next day spend about an hour with the sales team in training them on how to use the software. Okay, that's all included in this initial setup fee. Now, the best part of all of this is that I've gone through and talked with management here. Everybody knows probably Ev and I have sat down and discussed this, and what we've discussed is we would love to be able, for anybody who's purchasing SignRequest for the first time, and this is the first time we've ever offered this, for anybody who's ever purchased SignRequest or the upgrade from MPS to SignRequest, you're going to get $1,000 off for attending this webinar. It's a one-time only thing. We're gonna offer it to anybody who's on here, and that needs to be purchased before September 30th. So we've got about a month and 3, 4, 5 days. That is $1,000 discount. So that will take care of, if I back up a slide and we talk about the initial setup fees, that wipes out most of your setup fee. So it's only $500 to set it up, and then it's the yearly subscription is $2,000. So it's a one-time offering that we're giving of this one-time $1,000 discount, and the MPS upgrades to SignRequest meet that qualification. So if you only have MPS right now and you're looking to upgrade to SignRequest, you meet that qualification. All right. Now, I'm going to turn it over to you guys for any questions on what we've discussed so far. Then I'm going to move into the second portion of actually demonstrating the product for those of you who haven't seen it before. For those of you who have and you still want to be, you're welcome to join us. For those of you who haven't and would like to stay on and maybe offer some opinions, offer some different ways that you guys have found that have been beneficial to you, please stay on the line with us. But what questions do you have at this point? If you've got a question, go ahead and raise your hand. And then let's go ahead and answer some of those questions, and then we can turn it over to the live demonstration portion. Okay. For those of you who would like to stay on for the live demonstration portion, go ahead and raise your hand for me. I just want to make sure that we haven't lost people to my melodically soothing voice and they've all fallen asleep. No, we've got some people still awake. Hey, awesome. Well, thank you for staying with us. All right, so I'm going to move on to the next portion, which is the live demonstration. I would love, love, love to get some feedback from you guys on what you want to see. So for those of you who raised your hand and you want to be part of the live demonstration, if you'll just quickly shoot me over as if it's a question, what it is you'd like to see in the live demonstration. What is it? What aspect did we cover during this presentation that really stood out to you? And I'll make sure that we cover that. The entire training for the sign request can take upwards of 45 minutes. And I'm not going to take that much of your guys' time today. I just want to spend a few minutes going over the things that you guys want to see and highlight. So if you'll stay on, and Colin, I think I see you on here. I'm looking through for some other people who have sign request. Kay, I see you on here. If you guys would just take a moment and maybe shoot over something you think that we should show them, that would be great. All right, fantastic. I've got some things coming in. Let me go ahead and minimize my interface here and start getting the sign request interface open. Okay. So let me start with the top. I'd like to see an example from the sales rep's point of view and then what the user experience is for the sign room person. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and reverse that. Okay. I'm going to show you, first of all, from the sign room experience, and then I'll show you as if I was a sales rep submitting that. Is that okay? Go ahead and raise your hand if that's okay, Leah. Thank you. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, this is the actual, so we're logged in as an actual user. This is Colin's interface. Colin is on with us from Far Beverage. He's one of the sign request users. And this is their operator or sign room designer interface. Okay. There are multiple interfaces. You could be logged in as the administrator who administrates everything, all the forms, everything like that. We can be logged in as the operator, which we're currently logged in, or we can be logged in as a sales rep. This is the web interface. This is for the operator. Okay, I just want to make that clear. Okay, so in the web interface for the operator, for those of you who have MPS, MPS includes, you'll see over here, the dashboard, the jobs log, the reports, and the keywords. That's all standard to MPS. What Sign Request does is it adds on this additional module called Sign Requests. And Sign Requests allows all of the current sign requests that you have to come into this interface where you can then open them up, work on them, mark them as approved, mark them as in process, mark them as suspended, mark them as whatever you want. So, for example, all of Colin's on the ball today. So all his jobs have all been marked as approved or whatever. So I can go through and I can filter. I can say, show me all of the stuff that's been completed over the last 7 days. Apply that filter. And here are these 4 jobs that have been completed over the last 7 days. Okay. Or I can say, show me for the last 30 days all my completed. Apply that filter. Here are these. Okay. I can come in here and say, show me this month all of my approved. So here are ones that I need to work on from this month. Or maybe I just get rid of the date and say, just show me all my approved. Let's just reset and go to approved. Apply that filter. So here's all of the jobs that I need to work on that are approved. Now, approved could mean, by the way, your management, you could have it set up so that the sales rep, when they submit their form, it has to be approved by a manager if it's over a certain dollar amount, or maybe everything has to be approved by their manager before it comes into the sign room. So approved just means it went from the sales rep and now you're okay to work on it from the sign request interface, from your interface. It doesn't show up in here unless it's approved. Now you can have everything automatically approved as well as if you want. So there are multiple ways that we can configure these interfaces for your company and what's going to work best for you. I can open up this Lilac Lanes Jack Links, which was the name the sales rep gave it. lilac lanes, jack links. We can show what branch it was for, because FAR has 2 different branches. We can show what route number it's for. We can show what customer it's for, what supplier it's for, what brand it's for. And by the way, if there were multiple brands, he could have selected multiple brands here. Okay. The sales rep could have. What package it was for, what price it was for, what theme it was for. These are the things that FAR Beverage cared to put into their form. Okay. There's the finishing. What finishing costs do they need associated with it? Is it going to be mounted on coroplast? Does it need to be laminated? They wanted 3 tabloid 11 by 17s, and they put some notes down here that said that it was for Jack Link's Bloody Marys. Get yours today or now available. Okay. So I could actually, if I'm calling in the sign room, I could actually mark this as in progress, which would change this from approved to I'm working on it, means it's in print. And then the sales rep would see that in their interface. It says in print, I'm working on it. Or I could suspend it and say, look, we're no longer offering this theme. Are you sure this is what you were looking for? Or I could decline it. I can open this up as a PDF so I can get my worksheet if I wanted to print out some worksheets that tells me what I need to do, and then gives me a receipt to be able to cut off and give to the sales rep so that they can, when they come to pick up their stuff, they know what is for what. Okay. Also with this is the audit trail history. So it was drafted by this sales rep at this time and this date, and it was approved by himself. He must be management level at the same time and date. So that means that Chris Streeter is at management level because it was automatically approved by Chris Streeter. Okay. So all of that can be done right within this sign request form. By the way, they also can mark priority, high priority or not. That is, again, something you can customize. Do you want the sales reps to be able to mark it as high priority or not? Okay. So that's what it looks like from the operator perspective. What you would do is you would open something up. You would mark it as in progress. Forgive me for a moment, Colin. We're going to mark this as, well, I'm going to do this. Colin, can I mark this as in progress? Raise your hand if I can. Thank you, my friend. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just mark this as in progress. And I'm going to say save. Okay, so now the sales rep from their interface, and remember this is Chris Streeter, so now I'm going to log in as Chris Streeter. All right, so now I'm logged in as the sales rep. This is the sales rep interface. You'll see that they don't have that ability across the top to be able to run the reports, to see the dashboard of everything that has been printed. To see, all they can see is their sign requests, but they can see what's been approved, what's been completed, what's currently in process. So this one was marked as in print. Now this is the sales rep interface from the web interface. Okay. Let me see if I can pull open a sales rep interface on my phone and display it over while we're actually going on. So now I can open this up. I can see what's going on. Oh yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. It's still in progress. Now, if I mark it as completed from my operator interface, if I came over here to the dashboard and here's all my captured jobs, the jobs I've actually printed, and let's say I'm going to say this one right here is for that specific sign request that we just marked in progress. All I'd have to do is come in here and click on this, mark it as for which one it is. Oh, it's that one right there. You can see everything that was filled out in the form by Jack Streeter, or by Chris Streeter. And I can say, yep, that's what it is. If I select this and then apply those keywords, everything comes across, and I confirm and open next, and it opens up the next thing I actually printed. And I can apply that to a sign request. Okay, so everything then automatically gets filed away, and once it's filed away, then you have that ability to come in and run reports. Show me my costs by sales rep this month so far. Chris has done everything. Show me my costs by sales rep since, we'll go January 1st to this month. Apply that range. Sales management. Show me my cost by route number. Show me my costs by branch. Show me my, so these are all things that these guys care to track by. Show me my costs by theme or by brand. So you can easily get these reports real fast. And then you can download these reports into PDFs or Excel spreadsheets. The cool thing about that is you can say, okay, well, show me everything that I've done for Michelob Ultra from January 1st to August 31st so far. And I'm just going to click on this little Michelob Ultra wheel pie in the, or slice of pie in the pie chart. And it brings me out to my jobs log and shows me every job that I've done that's fit that requirement. Okay. And then you can download this into a detailed Excel spreadsheet or PDF chart. Okay, where I can get into the nitty gritty. But now let's say I want to know, okay, show me all of my Michelob Ultra for route 12. WU 12. Okay, so now I'm getting into dynamic reporting where I'm adding on further and further filtering effects. Okay, so this is everything that was for Michelob Ultra for route 12. Okay, and I can download this. And we can go back to the beginning of last year, right? Apply that filter. Okay. Take out the W12, apply that filter. It shows you a total cost, shows you the total media used, shows you the total of jobs. Okay. So that's kind of the cool thing about this, is that you have that ability to go through and look at specific things. Now, this was only for the Western Union account. This is sales rep for their Western Union location. So there's just a few sign requests. If we look at for a different sign operator at one of their distributorships that have actually been open and using sign requests for a long time, let's come in here and look at what's the name of one, Colin? Give me in a question. What's the name of one that I can use? Western Union started with sign request 2 weeks ago, guys. That's why I'm only seeing a few in here. Let's do this one. Okay, so here's another one, just to show you a lot more. You get the idea with just the few that were in there, but here's one for a sales rep. This one's got 797 jobs that have been completed at this location. This is actually a sales manager, but he can see his individual teams. He can see what operator it was going to. We can come through and say, okay, well, this one right here was completed for, and we can see who submitted it. So 797 jobs. Now I've got a lot more that I can actually run reports on for this guy. Okay. So that's how it works from the operator standpoint. Any questions so far about that? Let me come up here and get that. Now, Leah, I'm going to show the operator, or excuse me, the sales rep's handheld interface here in just a second. But let me come back to that in a moment. I'm going to answer some of these other questions. So this is the web interface for the sales rep. We've gone over that. We've also gone over the operator interface for the sign request as well. Let me answer some of these other questions. The form customization, how sales reps can better explain what they need. Walton, will you ask that question again? The form customization, how sales reps can better explain what they need. So in form customization, let me just kind of show you what you can do. I'm going to pretend I'm Chris Streeter. I'm going to create a new a new sign request. So this is going to be for Joe's Bar and Grill, and I'm going to put test on here so that Colin knows not to process this. Click OK. Comes in. I could say what. So these are all customized right here. Branch, route number, due date, customer, supplier, brand, package, price, theme. All of these fields were created by Far Beverage. Account logo. Okay. The only thing that's standard on here is the name that the sales rep gives, the name field that the sales rep gives, as well as down here where it says finishing. Now this finishing here within the field is completely customized by your company. What do you guys care to track by? Okay, this is completely customized by you. So Far Beverage wanted to track by these things. The quantity, the size, if you have predefined sizes, this is actually managed by you. What size do you want them to be able to select from that's predefined, or they can put in custom sizes. Look, left and right and up and down arrows. So the left and right means your width, up and down means height. This is done in inches in this interface, but in the sales rep iOS interface, it's done with feet and inches to make it even more simplistic. Okay. Other costs, material type. Here's again, this is customized by you. What material type are they selecting? This is for, they don't know what E-perf is, but they know window perf, or they don't know what PMWR is, but they know that they want let's call it banner material. So, and if I put my cursor over here, you can even customize specific images to go with it. They can put in a note for this specific request. So let's say I want 3 24 by 36 posters, and I'm going to have it on, let's see, wall tack material, and my note is Bud Light Lime 12 pack bottles for I'm making stuff up here, but they could have put pricing and packaging in up here as well, so you can customize this to however you want it to be. Or you could say Halloween theme. Oops, I can't type today. There we go, making life easier. Halloween theme. I can add on a sign request variant and then say, okay, now these I want to have 5 case cards, and I want that to be on cardstock material, or maybe he's got it set up as cooler. No, looks like just cardstock material, and this is going to be price cards for biker theme. Pricing is 12 pack cans for $9.99. There you go. Okay, so they can actually put in specifically what they want for this sub request. So now I've got 2 requests, one that's 3 24 by 36s and one that's 5 12-pack can $9.99 cardstock case cards. Okay, and then I can put in notes for the whole request for everything that I'm doing, and I can put in instructions for maybe the person who's hanging the signs or whatever. Okay, I can upload an image. Right, so if I wanted to say, let's throw on, I don't know, here's an image right here. Open that up. Okay, start upload. So I've just now uploaded an image into this. So maybe if I'm the sales rep and I want to take a picture of the wall that it's going on, or if I'm going to take a picture of a schedule that we're doing, or if I'm going to take a picture of the napkin that I just wrote out all the dimensions onto, I can do all of that. Okay, that's a really cool thing, is I can actually attach things right in here, and I can add multiple attachments, like Word doc, a PDF doc, or whatever. Okay, put in my notes, and then I just action submit this and save. Boom, it's gone. You can see right here that it's actually, it says it's missing data because Far Beverage says you have to fulfill a sign request finishing option. So we're going to put in labor charge, then save this. Just run grills, not bad because some of the required fields. What else am I missing? Oh, right up here, this one too. Now I can save this. So I'm not familiar with. Oh, and I didn't fill out any of these. So I have to put in. So we made some fields mandatory. So that's the thing about this, is you can see that there are fields that needed to be filled out by the sales rep, otherwise it couldn't be submitted. Which is really kind of cool, because you're making them give you the information you need to process. Otherwise, it comes across, and why are you wasting my time? Okay, so now it's submitted, ready to go. It comes in, and it was automatically approved because Joe, or because who am I logged in as? Because this individual is an actual manager, so it actually get automatically approved. Now, if I log back in as the FAR beverage operator, we will be able to see where that file is at in its process. So I can open that up. Here I am as the FAR beverage operator. Come over to my sign requests, and I can see my most recent one. Oh, Joe's Bar and Grill test. There it is. Open it up. Here's all the information that they filled out. Oh, look, there was a file that they wanted me to look at too. So let me download that. I'm going to save that to my desktop. Save. Let's see what that is. Oh, look at that. Okay. So they want that. I'll process that. Oh, here's my notes. Here's my, and I can download this as a PDF. There's two things. One is a 3 24x36s, and one is 5 case cards. Here's the notes for each one. Halloween theme on the 24x36, the biker theme for the case cards, with the pricing of $9.99 for 12-pack cans. Here's the receipt that I can cut off and put with the file or with the printed material once it's done. Okay, so that's how this works, is from a sales rep standpoint all the way through the process. Now, if I wanted to say, you know what, I'm sorry, we can't do that. I'm going to suspend it, save it. I can say this biker's theme is not supported right now. Oops, now. And then click OK. Oh, man, so I just suspended his request. So now from the sales rep interface, if I come back in here and refresh this interface, let me go back out, come back in. And here's his interface. And you can see right here that it shows as suspended. And if I open it up, it says, oh, the suspended reason this biker's theme is not supported right now. Oh, well, that's not what I meant. I meant, and I can put notes in here, or I can change the theme. I can change the theme up here in the notes. And then I can go ahead and say, duplicate this and put it in as the right one, or I can return this to queue, and it comes back in and it says returned, and it's ready to go. Okay, so there's lots of different ways that you can communicate back and forth with the sales reps. All right, hopefully that answers your question about form customization, Walton. If it doesn't, I'll get back to another question down here later on. I just want to make sure I'm getting to all these questions. Can the sign submitters see the work order numbers like the sign shop operator does? Yes. So many times I've had frustration with the rep asking about an order, and I naturally ask for the work order number, and they don't know, so I have to search by account name. Yes. So again, here I'm logged in as the operator, or as the sales rep, and the sales rep right here sees the sign request number. This is my sign request number 223327. It's the same number that you in your operator interface see, 223327. Okay. Hopefully that answers that question. Let's get that. With MPS, would this stop the sign shop from having to enter all the sign credentials from the day before? From, for example, Brent. Yeah, well, so Mark, yes, it gives them a different thing to do, but it's a much easier thing to do. So Mark, to answer your question, he's asking about if I've got MPS already. Right now with MPS, I have to come in and I have to go to my dashboard, and in my dashboard, I have to, I might have to log back in as this individual here. I have to open up a sign request, and I have to type in manually. You're too on the ball there, Colin. Let me log in as the other operator at the other location. That's the one I want right there. Impersonate. All right. Let me come over here. All right. So in my dashboard, right now, if I've got MPS, I've got to open up a file. And if I have MPS, I type in, this is for Route 104. And this is for Bud Light Lime. And this, or for Bud Light. And this is for, so they're putting in all of these individual things that meet the requirements of this job that I've printed. Okay. If you have sign request, you don't have to do this. All you have to do is tell it what sign request number it was for. And when you do that, it brings over all of that data individually automatically. So we would select it and just say, yep, apply those keywords, confirm and close. So you don't have to put in Western Union, W13, Lilac Lanes, Jack Link's Bloody Mary Mix, generic, iconic. You don't have to do any of that. You just put in the sign request number it was for, apply the keywords, and confirm and open next. Okay, hopefully that answers your question, Mark. If it doesn't, let me know. I'll come back to it. I have requests under $35 auto approved. Just thanks, Colin. Yes, Oliver, I am recording this. I will make this available on the YouTube channel. As its own standalone service. However, you have to have the PDF, by the way, Oliver. So if you guys want that $1,000 discount, go ahead and download that PDF that I am sending out with this so that you can send that back in, or we just ask that you were actually part of the attendance. So I have a listing of everybody that showed up on today's attendance, and we'll be able to offer that $1,000 discount by 9/30. So by September 30th. Is Instatags available on its own as a standalone service? Yes, it is. You can purchase Instatags just by itself. You don't have to have sign requests to have Instatags. You don't have to have MPS to have Instatags. Instatags is a standalone product. Mark, to go back to answering your question while we're waiting for this, you're asking if the person submitting the sign request has to fill out all of those things. Yes, you can mark fields as mandatory, and those fields, there should be fields marked as mandatory that you need them to. So if you guys want to track by brand, mark the brand field that we create in your form as mandatory, and then if they fill that, when they fill that out and submit it, because they have to fill it out to submit it, that's what will automatically get applied to the actual printed job when you marry the sign request with the printed job in the dashboard. So yes, everything that they fill out in that form in those fields gets applied into the sign or into the actual printed job. You just have to make sure that we mark certain fields as mandatory, so they are having to fill those things out. Okay, hopefully that helps answer that question. All right, I'm just about there, folks, with showing this screen. Let's see if this does it. So other questions. Let's see. We got this one. Can each salesperson see all the previous signs? Yes, up to 3 years old. They have their own gallery. Yes, they can take a picture of the location and add it to the sign request. They can take a picture of whatever they want. They can also attach Word docs, PDFs, Excel spreadsheets, whatever they want to do in there. Ordering history. What do you mean by that, Oliver? Is there a way for a sign person to separate sign requests by type so that they can print all of one thing at once, such as banners all at once or 11 by 17s? Great question. So you can come in here and sort it by material type right here. So to answer your question, Sonny, if I'm a sign request operator, if I'm in the sign room, I can filter for show me everything that is approved that meets this specific criteria, scrim banner, apply that filter. There's nothing. So let me do for, let's just say Cardstock, apply that filter. So here are all the ones that need to be processed on Cardstock. You can see here's the size. So tabloid, 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 case card, case card, case card. So I can knock these all out at the same time, just select them all, mark them all as approved, and download them all as PDFs. So I can download the selected PDFs. It creates a multiple page PDF document for me. I open that up and you can say, okay, here's request 1, here's request 2, here's request 3, here's request 4, right? And then when I come back into the sign request, you can see that they're all still marked, and I can come in here and I can say, I can mark them as in process. So it all comes through and you can mark them as in progress. So the same exact thing for the sign request operator as it is for the sales rep. And you can sort that way. Hopefully that answers your question. If you're interested in seeing the sign request from the app interface, I want you to, in the survey that you're going to fill out when you get this email, I want you just to actually send that over in there's a short answer area. So in that short answer area, put whatever you want in for the short answer area, as well as please contact me for a live demo. Is there a way for a sign person to separate? Yep, we talked about those. Can you extend the offer to our live demo date? Yeah, so Oliver, this offer for the $1,000 off that we talked about earlier is for anybody that purchases sign request by the end of September. So September 30th is the last date that $1,000 off. It's a one-time offer. You have to have attended this webinar, but as long as you purchase it before September 30th, you'll get that $1,000 off. So Oliver, you asked if they always need to be online to access the sign request software. The sales reps don't. No, the sales reps can be out in the market and they don't have to have a Wi-Fi signal or a network signal. They can actually, with their app, open the app. They can create their sign request and submit it. And then once they get it back into network signal or cell phone signal, they open the app back up and they can sync. And everything that they did will automatically sync over. And everything that's been done from the operator standpoint will sync down to the sales rep as well at that point. So you don't have to, in the market, when you're using the app, be within Wi-Fi or cell phone signal. That is not necessary to create sign requests. To actually have them synced, you have to have, because that's obvious. For it to sync with the server, you have to have that, but you don't have to create them. They can be out on site creating their sign request, and then once they're into network signal again, open their sign request and hit sync, and it will sync everything for them. Okay, that's a really kind of cool thing about it. From the operator standpoint, you in your office should always have internet accessibility. Yes. Does it do the same sign grouping from different sales reps on the same day or time frame? Yes. So you can, if I'm logged in as the sign room operator, I can come over here and group by a specific sales rep. And I can say for a specific date range, I can do material type. I can do the status of the file. I can filter by any of these things. Maybe it's a team that I want to filter down to. Okay. You can actually look at all your outstanding jobs to say where are we at with everything. Remember, these guys have only been operating for about 2 weeks. Let me log out as this one. Let me log back in as the location that's been operating for longer than 2 weeks. Come back over here. Sign request. So if I drop this down, you can see there's 13,778 jobs that have been processed. You can see one of them is approved and in the approved status and ready to go. One of them is in suspended status. 14 of them have been completed within the last day, within the last 1 to 5 days. 65 of them have been completed within the last 5 to 10 days, 78 of them. So you can see a quick drop down metrics and be able to get some good detail right here. But then all of your good reports really come from here, where you're going to say, okay, show me all of my costs over the last 30 days by brand. But then here's the brands over the last 30 days. Okay. Show a new one. Let's go over the last 30 days by route number. While that's processing, we're going to do show a new one over the last 30 days by theme. And you can download all of these as PDFs and run reports on any one of these. I can actually click on, look at this right here. Route 118 has been my most expensive route over the last 30 days. What have I done for Route 118? I'm going to click on that. It takes me back over to the jobs log and shows me all the jobs that I processed for Route 118 over the last 30 days. Individual costs for each job. Okay. Oh yeah, no, sorry, Oliver. It is September 30th that you guys have for that $1,000 discount. So this links with the Fiery XF server to, yes, this links with Fiery XF server. Everything that you print through Fiery is captured and sent to the MPS site. So all the jobs that you actually printed, it gives you a thumbnail preview for the job that you printed. It knows how much ink you laid down. It knows what material type it was that you printed on, and captures all of that. Yes, Sunny, the webinar for Instatags will be before September 30th. However, it's a different thing. The $1,000 off isn't if you just purchase Instatags. It's if you purchase SignRequest, which comes with Instatags. Instatags as a standalone product has its own pricing, and it's subject to different details. Okay, so hopefully that answers that question. What if you print using the Okidata PostScript driver? MPS won't see it. That's correct, Oliver. If you decide that you want to print through the PostScript driver, it will not automatically be uploaded because there's no functionality to capture that through the PostScript driver. The functionality for capturing that lies within our ability to scrape the data from EFI. And I think that catches us up at this point with questions. So, folks, it's been an hour and 10 minutes. I'm sorry to take so much of your time. I really want to touch base with any of you who want to see live demonstration of the app. Give me about 20, 30 minutes to get that up and running. And then anytime over the next 2 or 3, 4, 5 days that you want, we can set that up. Please go ahead and fill out in the form that you'll be sent in an email that you want to see the live demonstration of that and a good day and time. And I'll make sure to get that set up, and I'll send you over an invitation, and we'll do a one-on-one, okay? And then I will go ahead and post this to our YouTube channel. So be looking for that there over the next couple of hours. Thank you again for your time. We at TMS appreciate you as a customer. We want to let you know that we appreciate you as a customer. You're the most important part of our business every single day. This is how, again, you can get a hold of me. If you have any questions, you can email me directly. It's carl@tmsprintsystems.com, or you can call into the 800 number, 767-2828, and ask for me. Thank you, folks. Have a great day, and we look forward to talking with you soon.